different. I'm doing a vlog for building the Stinger Mantis from the video game Jedi Fallen Order as designed by the designer 2Bricks, which I will link to his video and his instructions below. The reason I'm doing this as a vlog and not a builder review is because when I build stuff, I like to build it digitally first, so I'll build it in a studio and then I will build it section by section. The reason I build it section by section is if there's changes that I want to make, I can make them as I go along. Okay, unlike the last big build that I made, which was Brick Vault's Playscale Ghost, which by the end of, I mean, it's a great design, you know, it's a great set. You can read about that, I'll link to that below. But by the end of it, there was a lot of stuff that I personally wasn't happy with, but would have had to have made so many changes to it that I just had to take the whole thing apart, which I really didn't want to do. So with this, I'm going to do it section by section, talk through any changes. Now the instructions as they are fantastic. Okay, you don't need to make changes, but I like to make changes as I go along because it's just me. Anything that I've changed, it's not saying that the instructions aren't good enough or the original design isn't good enough, because the instructions are great, the design is great. There's no way that I could have designed this by myself, so you know, it's a great palette to work from. But I'm a guy who likes to make changes to stuff and break stuff. Just put that back on there. So in this first part, you know, I'm just going to take these bits off. Okay, in this first part, we're going to look at the cockpit. Okay, as you see in the game, and you can. The good thing about being in the game is you can explore it, you can walk around and look at things. So this is where the pilot Grease sits. Cal Kestis sits here, and then you've got your kind of one of these jump seats. So that's communication stations where Sarah can sit as well. Sia. What's the name? Sia. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so big change that I made with this bit. Okay, and I'm not sure whether I needed to make the change, and I might not keep it. But what I've done is, there were windows in the floor anyway, and those have been incorporated into the original design. What I've done is I've moved these hinge plates out sideways. Okay, so they were together, they've been moved out, and I've used this 2x5 window plate and just put a little plate in there just to kind of give some more visibility. It does leave a little bit of a gap there, which is annoying, but we'll see. It does make it a lot less stable, but I think it kind of makes it a little bit more true to the original design than the instructions did. But we'll see, I might change it. I also have to make some changes to the floor as well, just to accommodate that, so I can build that in. Around here, I've not really made any changes. This is all absolutely solid. One thing I've done back here is originally, this plate that sits on top, this was all flush because this was just a 2x4 plate. What I've done is I've taken out the 2x4 plate, put in these modified plates. Oh, sounds like the postie, but that's the delivery of Lego, I hope. And then put that in, so that holds that nice and secure. I had to make a couple of changes here as well, just to accommodate the fact that I'd moved these hinges. This bit itself, okay, partly because of the changes that I made, but also because of the original design, is not exactly solid. Okay, don't squeeze it because it will fall apart. However, I've already mocked up the next part, and when you put everything together, these plates, the way that they clip on, ties everything together and it makes it absolutely super solid. Okay, so this is a really, really good design. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating that there's no kind of window panes in here, but the way that 2Bricks has kind of mirrored the exact shape from the ship is fantastic. It's just kind of one of those things, I can't think of any way where you can get windows in there without losing the original shape. So it's kind of one of those compromises. Okay, the seats themselves are on single studs, so you can rotate them around if you want. What you can also do is, it does have space for minifigures. With there not being any minifigures from the game, I'm going to improvise. So we've got Miles Morales, you can go in there. Jake, the football player, from I think one of the collectible minifig lines. I don't know his actual name, my daughter christened him Jake, and yeah, you can sit on there. You can be Sia. Okay, so there is space in there for all of the characters. Next bit we'll look at is the main cabin, okay, where kind of most of the action takes place, and we will look at that in our next video. Okay, again, I always feel bad kind of doing videos where I've made changes to people's designs, because I know a lot of work goes into those designs. If you want to build this yourself as per, you know, 2Bricks design, go for it. It's a great model, you know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm just one of those guys where if I see something that I think I want to change, it's better or worse, I'm just going to change it. Okay, and that's just who I am. Okay, so put that back down there. Those will come into play next week, and I will catch you next time.